Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Welcome to another little lick. And this one is another A lick. We're going crazy on A and A7 licks. This one's kind of outlining the arpeggio again. This is bending up to the major third of the A7. Gives a real nice little chromatic run. Really like that sound of that. That's one of my favorite kind of blues sounds. And it's dropping back to the root note. And then we've got it's a really nice little ending for it. Let's get to a close-up and check out this lick right away. Okay, so if we're starting here, we put our first finger on the root note, which in this case is the note A. So that's up at the 10th fret. Now, the bend is going to be from 2 frets higher than that, which is not like a normal minor pentatonic note. The normal minor pentatonic are those notes. Now, this is a tone bend. So it's bending up to that note here, the C sharp. And then we've got this little chromatic, 10, 11, 12. And back to the root. You can often think when you put your little finger down, you're playing, which is part of that A7, if we made that right up on the 12th fret, little A7 bar chord. Top 2 notes of those. That's where you're getting this tone bend from. Now we get back into blues territory with a little semitone bend at the 12th fret, and then little 11, 10. This is kind of, you see the note, the 6th. It's a kind of common blues sound. So have a bit of a play around with that. There's lots of different ways of kind of phrasing this. You know, just try and take the lick and see how many different ways you can kind of mix it in with stuff that you already know. If you know some pentatonic licks, you know. Well, I hope you get a lot of use out of that lick. It's one of my pet favorites, really. I try and sneak it in there as often as I can because it's a really, I love the sound of that little chromatic run and the bending up to the major third. Again, it fits over the A7. I made it quite obvious this time by putting my first finger on that root note there on the 10th fret. But so, you know, you should be able to have not too much trouble just to move. Hopefully you know the notes on the fingerboard a bit by now, you know, and you just put your first finger on the root note on the 2nd string. When you put your 3rd finger down, that's going to be your first note to bend, you know. So moving it to the key of E, you're just going to start with put your first finger on the note E on the 2nd string, which is the 5th fret. Play the lick. You know, that's you got to be doing that stuff, and you got to be using it. So in case I haven't reminded you lately, which I'm pretty sure I will have, but anyway, make sure that you use your licks as much as you can, because that's the way to incorporate them into your playing. If you just learn them and play them, even if you play them a million times, if you don't practice using them, they'll never kind of happen when you're playing, and that's what you want. You want to practice using them so they kind of become instinctive and they become part of your vocabulary. So when you're speaking, you don't think, oh, I must try and fit in that new word. You know, practice using the new word, and then it'll just naturally come out in your language. Have fun with all of that, and I'll see you for another lick very, very soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.